Hey, I guess, how's it going, guys? My name's Sam from Good Faith Studio, and I'm going to put together a little video about making a Moleskine journal cover. I've made a few of these over the years, but I got an order for a Christmas gift and thought I would sort of document the process. I've done this for a few different products over the years, but it's been a little gap in between things, so thought I'd jump on in. So pretty much with this, based on, I hadn't actually made one for a fair while, and I couldn't even remember if I had a template or how I did it, so I find the sort of cardstock works out really well for just using it to make your sort of base template. For when I eventually get to making a proper template for it, it's always good to sort of do your working, figure things out and add notes all around the template, really. I find that works best for me. So pretty much just made the template, and the trickiest bit, well, it's not tricky, but what you have to consider is on a lot of the Moleskine, I even looked this up. They said there's no way in which you should properly pronounce it, and you can say whatever you want, which terrifies me, really. But the bit you've got to be considerate of for these is obviously they have an elastic band within the diary or journal that holds it together. So making sure that you can make a cover that slips over the journal, but then also be able to get the elastic out so it covers it. So pretty much that's what I'm doing here, just making a little tongue divider that the elastic can slip on through without the journal falling out of the case. They're pretty simple in the sense that it is generally one sheet, folded, oiled, waxed, stitched and embossed. But there's a little bit of, obviously there's almost the technical side of making sure it obviously fits the journal, having the journals handy in this, and I made a few changes since I made this one in regards to making the template, but it was good to get back in and making another one. This is also the first time I actually used a tripod of sorts to hold my camera and film things instead of just balancing it precariously on things around the place. Which I found super handy because the amount of phones or cameras I've destroyed from, see this, bouncing? Yeah. Pretty much doing that, and then it just bouncing its way all the way off the table. And then, well, it doesn't go too well for lenses and the internal workings of most cameras. Just double checking everything, because with this, obviously there's a fair bit of leather involved, and there's nothing worse than making something a bit too small or incorrect, and then it's just so frustrating sacrificing that much leather for no reason, from just a productivity but also affordability and everything. I'm not too sure exactly what I want out of videos like this. I like documenting the process. I don't know if me talking over it like this is what anyone wants, or if they want me to explain what I'm doing. A lot of it is pretty self-explanatory. The thing I really like about leatherwork is you can pretty much watch it and understand what's going on. There's nothing technical here. But in saying that, if you have any questions, feel free to yell out and I'll respond to them. But a lot of it's just cutting, beveling, burnishing, marking, gluing, stitching, punching, glue. Yeah, look, here's just shoe cement contact adhesive. I find it's a lot nicer to deal with. I mean, it's horrible to breathe in, but it's a lot nicer to deal with in the sense that when it dries, based on, I believe it's a latex-based glue, like it has flex within itself, so it's handy for a lot of leather goods, as well as I find when it dries and it's got somewhere you don't want it to be, you can kind of get it off without destroying the leather. Which some glues, it's all over if you mess them up. I quite often use PVA for many years, and it is fine on places that don't have a lot of strain on them. But I just find the contact adhesive glues and then cuts and finishes a lot nicer, and I have extreme confidence in it sticking together. Here we're just marking the stitch lines. Just using the Dream Factory embosser here to just, well, I've got it mounted with my stitching chisel, so sometimes when I'm either doing a bulk job or don't feel like banging on with a hammer, I find this is a pretty quick, easy and accurate way of punching the holes. I mean, you can do the same thing. I've had it mounted up in the arbor press as well, which I will probably change that to set up as a more permanent situation, but yeah. We're currently in the process of building a new workshop, so the workshop I'm in here currently is pretty nuts. It's a beautiful old building, but I've never properly set it up because it was only ever a temporary spot, but as all things go, it's dragged out for a fair while. So just this week, which is the first week of February 2023, we are getting the keys to the new workshop, so we've got a fair bit of cleaning and painting and building ahead of us, but you know, in the coming month or two, hopefully we'll be into a new workshop, which is a more dedicated space with the ability to run workshops and events as well. So a purpose-built workshop, not what I have here, which is a bunch of workbenches in a not operational bronze foundry. It's a cool building, lots of cool character. It's a little bit chaotic and hard to keep clean just based on the nature. As you can see, I'm really good at sports. So we've just done the foil embossing and now stitching. Just getting through it. And I promise as I go through and do more of these videos, I'll wrap my head around exactly what I need to do to appropriately narrate what's going on. This is really just me waffling on, which is kind of how I generally go about most things. I love talking and I can talk. It's funny that I was about to say that I can talk my way through anything, and then I was lost for words, but I do really enjoy talking and explaining what I'm up to and how things work. Looking forward to moving into running more workshops for people to come in and make things when we get the new building set up, as well as I teach design at the university here in Brisbane. And one of my passions is teaching and helping people learn things or passing on skills that I have, and it'll be great to be able to do more of that in something like leatherwork that I'm extremely passionate about. Anyway, here you can see is the finished journal cover. A nice heavy grain cowhide from the local tannery Packers Leather up at Narangba, just half an hour or so north of Brisbane. So it's always good going up there and seeing what they've got, and having a chat to the team. And yeah, it's nice to be able to go up there and touch everything. Like, obviously leather is such a obviously natural product, so each different weight or animal or how it's been finished is so, the variance is crazy. So it's so good to be able to see what I want, touch it, pick it up, smell it, and then sort of figure out what or how I want to use it. So can't recommend that enough, actually going to a place. But I hope this has sort of given you a bit of an idea of how things work for me, how I make things. I promise you it's going to get a lot nicer, the background, sooner or later. But for now, this is a Moleskine journal cover, finished up, embossed, burnished, all wrapped up, and it got delivered for Christmas. So thanks for watching. Love any feedback you've got for me. This is my beautiful dog Pocket. You'll see him at the workshop most days. And he keeps me company. Look how cool. Eh? Anyway, thanks a heap, guys. Sing out if you need anything. Yes. I'll chat to you soon.